Stand. It's a B110 size 10. You could tie these bigger, smaller, whatever you want. 10's a kind of standard size. Thread, we use just this is a new thread from Spirit River that I'm trying out. Seems to be very good. It's an 8/0 in black. And we're simply going to start the thread at the eye and just bring the thread down until in line with the point of the hook, that there. Now I'm going to use a flexible floss, or a flexi-floss as originally it was called. There's that many versions out there. You know all the types that's there. And this is a light olive. I'm going to catch this on the side. Now I'm going to spin the thread anti-clockwise so that I can flatten it. It flattens out if you do that. And as I go round the bend, and I'm going to stretch the floss as I go. This will make it really nice and thin. All the way down to this point here, and then I'm going to come back up, but just before I do that I'm going to again anti-clockwise spin the thread to flatten it, and then work my way back up, basically using the thread like a fine floss. Just work your way up right to where you tied in the floss. Then you stretch, cut it. You'll always have a nicer finish. And then with the flexi-floss, you start off nice and tight and quite close, start to form your rib, and as you come up about halfway, start to slightly loosen off and form a nice taper in the body. As you can see, as I let it go, it slightly gets thicker, and once you're happy you can come across the floss, catch it in, and nice and tight. And we trim it half the length, and with touching turns it will stretch it the full length of the thorax, making everything nice and neat. Just take your time. And what I want to do is try and keep it on the side. Just like to keep it controlled. I don't want it twisting round the shank too much. All the way up towards the eye. Wee half hitch. Basically stops the thread bouncing back while you're tying something in. Now what I'm going to use here, Lite-Brite. I mean, here it's here. It's a good colour. I mean, it's a chartreusey type colour, but I mean, I've got full selection of colours here that you could go crazy and build up a really good selection of flies, and every one of them just slightly, until you actually varnish them or whatever you're going to do to add some varnish or colour to them, totally changes the look of this material. It's amazing how it reacts. Then all I'm going to do is fold it around the thread, slide it up, and keep it underneath, bring the thread all the way down to the body, nice and tight, all the way down, and then come all the way back up. Nope, just going to take it a touch further. You can put a wee bit more thread turned in if you wish, but I don't. I usually just leave it at that, keep it nice and thin. And then a wee half hitch again, just stops the thread bouncing off while you're fiddling around. And then just bring the Lite-Brite onto the top. The first thing I do is put a loose turn over the back, make sure it's on the area where you want it to be, and then come round with another 3 to 4 turns, loose turns, not tight turns. Well, depending if you want to finish off at this, then you can, because it still makes a really nice buzzer. But I want to exaggerate or give a more impression of a wing bud. So what I'm going to do is use my dubbing needle. I'm going to come round, just come underneath it, pull it towards the back. If you can see that, just pull it out slightly, and do exactly the same on my side. Just pull it back. Just check that both are the same, around about the same length, and that looks okay. Now at this point you can move them around before you do anything else. You don't want to trim anything away if you're not happy. Now not too happy with this one here, so I'm just going to pull it a wee bit. That looks okay. That's fine. Then a couple more turns, tight turns of thread. Come in, trim away the Lite-Brite. Again, there's still plenty there to form another fly, so it's moisture and sit it on your desk. And then tidy up. Just form a nice head. And then come in and whip finish. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's plenty. Trim away your thread. And then at this point, what I like to do is you bring these fibres, the Lite-Brite fibres round, and then you can come in, brush your nail, just slide them towards the back. If you can see that, just get them into the shape that you like. And you can come in, if you're not happy, you can bring your needle along the sides so that you get an easier or a better shape. That looks okay. And then what I do is get some super glue. The super glue only takes a few minutes to actually dry. So we put this on the sides, sets rock hard. Now you just allow that to dry. It takes, as I said, doesn't take too long. Now, like below Peter, I've got one already sitting, and I'm just going to put it onto the vise. Just take this off. Just be careful when you do that. Now here's one I've already put some super glue on. Now what I've got, and it's dry, as you can see, nice and dry. I like this orange Sharpie pen because it suits the colour that I'm wanting. I just put it onto the sides, just all the way around, just to get a nice strong wing bud. It's amazing how it changes the colour, even more so when you go to varnish it. Now I've got some varnish here, which I'm going to start with putting it on the top and just run it onto the body nice and light all the way around to that point there. And then you're looking to do the wing buds now and underneath. Always do that last, because just in case the pen wants to run. Sometimes you want that, you want it to rush onto the body, and it certainly makes a huge difference. And again, maybe I'm going on to the next part, because I've got a couple of coats of varnish to put on. You'll see how the colour comes through. The colour is really nice and bright and clean. And there we are. Now I'm going to put on the final coat of varnish underneath, all the way around. Much easier to apply the varnish with a brush. Now I would just concentrate on the thorax at this point, leave the body. Now to give you an idea of the colour, just the lights a bit better, and so you can see exactly how, what I see is totally different to what the camera can pick up. Now if I put this stronger light on, and I let you see the light, how it comes through, as you can see the wing buds are amazing. It makes for a really nice buzzer. Now this is a kind of dark green one, with the light flexifloss over black gives you a nice dark green. So certainly a pattern, whether it be tied on, this is a curved hook obviously. Some people like a straight hook, and competition boys especially, it still looks as good and certainly worth tying. So I hope you enjoyed that, and that's your Lite-Brite buzzer.